The disease I chose to discuss for this video is schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a severe and debilitating disorder which affects general health, functioning autonomy, subjective well-being, and life satisfaction of those who suffer from it. Schizophrenia is a disease that is found in all age groups and targets both men and women. It is important to study schizophrenia because it remains one of the top causes of disability in the world. And it's an important issue because it really affects an individual's quality of life. The name of the study is Methamphetamine Use and Schizophrenia, a population-based cohort study in California. For a long time, investigators in Japan have suggested that continuous use of methamphetamine can lead to a persistent psychosis that is similar to the symptoms persons with schizophrenia experience. In this study, clinical investigations conducted a large cohort study on the drug users to see if they would actually have a psychosis that is similar to individuals that have schizophrenia. The study focused on subjects that were drug users. However, at the start of the study, these subjects were not experiencing any psychotic episodes because the point was to see if continued use of this drug would lead to these psychotic episodes. So, for the population, these researchers went to different hospitals in California, and they got the discharge records from patients that were admitted and discharged into the hospital between the years of 1990 to 2000. All these subjects allowed the California hospitals to discharge the records. All of these patients that were discharged between these years had methamphetamine-related conditions or other forms of drug abuse in their health records, making them ideal for this study. So for this study, the sample was quite large. There was a total of 42,412 subjects that were part of this cohort study. And all of their medical records were obtained from hospitals in California from the years 1990 to 2000. These medical records included individuals who were free of schizophrenia but were users of meth and other drugs. So, if they were drug users but had schizophrenia, then they could not be part of the study. There was some inclusion criteria for this study. So, for the inclusion criteria, subjects must have used methamphetamine or other drugs in the past. They needed to have some form of record that they used those drugs in the past. For the exclusion criteria, there must be no previous schizophrenia or schizophrenia-related conditions before the start of the study. For the purpose of a comparison group, this study did have a part of the participants had to have no previous drug or alcohol abuse. That way they could compare how someone who has had no drug or alcohol abuse to someone who has continuous abuse, how can that affect your chances of getting schizophrenia or having a similar psychosis? Because this study was a cohort study, there was no randomizations, meaning that each group was assigned to their own group. If you were the group that had done some type of drug, meth, that was your group. You are all similar in that way. Or there was that group that had no drug abuse in the past. So that's why it wasn't random. It was all set. So after the study was conducted, there was statistical analysis done by the researchers. They use two forms of statistical analysis. They use propensity score, and that